it's me, Renee. I'm back, and today the new, sorry, the San Diego Comic Con starts, and I'm looking forward to it very much because yeah, I'm all for the all news and trailers and whatnot. Sorry. Mm, I'm, as you might know, a big fangirl of everything, not everything, but a lot of things. And so this is my annual San Diego Comic Con hopes with you. I mean, as usual, this is kind of like, one, we already kind of know a lot of things that are happening, so of course there's always going to be some surprises. And two, some of these are just me randomly, like very randomly daydreaming, so it's not going to happen. But a girl can dream, can't she? And you never know. Maybe Steven Spielberg's granddaughter's randomly watching me and thinks, oh, that looks like a fun movie idea. We'll do that one. So like if you're part of like Warner Brothers or a studio or whatever, please use this video as an inspiration for like doing that movie, please. Um so yeah, first I'm gonna talk about some, of course, obviously, some books that I can hope gets adapted. And honestly I feel like I don't understand why I haven't yet, because they are no brainers. Then I'm gonna talk talk about some panels I would like to see, because Christine Lauren did a post on her Instagram about which panels you would love to see because it's Comic Con time. And then I'm gonna do a bit about like some, because I mean sometimes internet like makes like talks about things that you won't like to see. So I'm gonna talk about some of those as well. And yeah, sorry. So strap in because you're gonna be a while here. So get a cup of coffee, cup of tea, uh, nice iced tea, the beverage of your choice. Snack, sit down and enjoy. So first we have the book adaptations. Adaptations. I very much kind of feel like, why haven't these been done yet? First, and I'll ask, maybe this is your first video of me, but yeah, as usual, it's just gonna do in completely random order. First, we have Save the Date by Morgan Matson. This, I mean, honestly, I feel like all of her books could be easily adapted, but also especially this one because it takes place over a weekend. It takes place during a wedding, so it's all the fun wedding preparations that, of course, don't really go to plan, and it would just be a lovely, lovely rom-com. I mean, it's a YA book, but it's also about the family, so it's not like as specific. I feel like this could kind of be like made to like I suppose in a way like a Gilmore Girls fandom, because it's about the teen, but it's also about the mom, and oh, it's also about the sister. It's not just completely about mom, but it's something somewhat about the mom. And yeah, honestly, I can't really talk about that much about each book because I have a lot of books to talk about. Then we have, and also yeah, if I'm gonna do, yeah, no, I'm just gonna move on. Then we have The Gods of Manhattan by Scott Meebus, represented here by the third book. And this is just an amazing, amazing middle grade. It's all about what would happen if, like, it talks about a world where historical figures are gods and not like Roman gods or Norse gods, but here's historical figures. So you have Alexander Hamilton is a god. Walter Whitman is a god, and it's just so cool. I love this concept. So it gives you a bit of insight into American history, but it's also American Indians history. So they also have a big plot point there, and I just love this trilogy so much. It's just so vast and deep, and it's amazing. I love it, love it, love it. And yeah, I feel like it could definitely be made into a movie or movies. And then we have, because I was just about to say, like, if I'm going to talk about a series, I talk about one book. Sometimes I do two, because, yeah. Then we have the Blaze Word games and Dragon Blood Ring, which is a duology. And as you can see, it's dragons. It's all set in a world where dragons has like been a thing for ever, at least for a good long time. And they also have like a dragon competition where like it's kind of like a football but like with dragons. Honestly, I can't tune out when they talk about the game itself, because play sport or like the game, because I'm not much into sports. But of course, whenever there's dragons, I'm still here for it. And there's also magicians, and there's, I mean, it's urban fantasy, but it's urban fantasy where you have magicians and dragons and dragon riders, and it's just, sorry, and I just love this concept and this world so much. It is amazing. And I mean, it has Puerto Rican representation. It has a lots of different sexualities. It's just all the people being there, and I just love it so much. I feel like it definitely deserves more readers, and also adaptation, because it's just very visual, I would say. Sorry. Then we have The Bride Goes Rogue by Jonah Shoup. So this is a historical, let's say, mystery, historical romance, uh, and it's arranged marriage, I suppose, in a way, this one. But yeah, I just love this. It's also quite fun that it's historical romance set in the US, which I feel like you don't really see that much of. You see it sometimes, but like most of the time, all the time, when it's historical romance, it's set in the UK. Sometimes in like uh, Viking era Norway, but I don't really feel like it's ever happens in the US. So it's kind of fun to like have it set in the late 1800s in the US. It's just a very fun setting, really. And yeah, I love these characters, and I feel like it could just be a very fun movie or TV series. I suppose could do like. Honestly, I feel like it's a bit weird. Like Britishism has been a thing for like now 5 years almost, but there's been no other historical romance adaptations. It's like, why? I mean, you obviously know we left us. Those also you have the Buccaneers, and then you have that one, this Gilded Age thingy. But you don't, because I feel like those are more like historical dramas, but then there's some drama. But like, I want more historical romance, where it's focused on the romance, and there's lots of those to take. So I kind of hope that happens more really soon. Really. Then we have The Epic Crush of Ginny Lowe, which is a YA Chinese mythology retelling or remix in a way. It's just, I mean, you don't really ever see that, at least not in a YA age group. And it's just also just a very fun book. Like all the aspects of the book, honestly, I read this one this year, and this is a book I would say that I have no comments about, no argument. This is hands down perfect read, and I just feel like it just could lend itself easily to adaptation. Could just be so cool. Then we have Like a Charm by Elle McNichol, a middle grade where the main character has dyspraxia, which is kind of they can't really use their hands in a normal way, in a way. And it's also it's very much like underdog, outcast story, and we all love those stories. It's urban fantasy, like urban in the way that it's set in Edinburgh, but it's also you have witches, ghosts, vampires, all those things, and yeah, it's just an amazing book. Then we have controversial in a way. I haven't really talked about this one that much. I talked about it in a book club. I haven't talked about it after Reddit. So yeah, I read Alison Cook and the Treasure of Incas. So honestly, this is kind of interesting because I I was looking forward to it because saw it on Instagram and thought that looks fun. Ordered it, read it, and like it was good. Like for me, like the book itself was kind of like a 2.5, I would say. Like it wasn't an amazing plot. I didn't really feel like the plot was that riveting, and and also the writing wasn't like that like amazing. Like you didn't, yeah, you had titles of chapters, but it wasn't really great title of chapters, which I feel like most middle grades have like, oh my god, I love this chapter title. This one didn't really do that. But I love the main character, Addison Cook. He's just, I love him. And also I didn't hate the rest of the story. And also I kind of feel like this could be fun to see as a movie version. I mean, honestly, sometimes I read books where I feel like this is a cool book, but I feel like it could be much better as a movie. But yeah, sometimes I feel like that does happen. For me, I feel like a book, if it's just to be better as a book, it would have to be like a lots of things happening internally, or lots of lots of plot, or lots of sidelines, side stories that wouldn't really make sense visually in like a movie form. But this, I would say, like honestly, that you could just make this just as it is, and it would be very cool visually. But yeah, in book form, it was decent. I, I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it, but I don't know. I can't. Maybe I suppose because this is middle grade, I kind of had like hopes it was like a new required and a new like same thingy, and I didn't really feel like it was that level. It was good, but it wasn't on that level really. And then we have the Heroin Complex by Sarah Kuhn. So this is also urban fantasy. This is fantasy slash science fiction because there's some aliens in this universe, but there's also some people who are more sorcerer based. And I mean, lots of the main characters are Asian Americans, so you have that from the get go, and you have the character, like it's a cast of characters. You have the character who's kind of more thinking, and then she does things, and then you have the character who hits first and does things, and you have all the characters, and it's just honestly it's just fluffy and nice, but also great, and yeah, I love this so much, and yeah, definitely deserves to be made into a movie, I feel like. Then we have Starry Nights by Daisy Whitney. This is a YA urban fantasy. It takes place in Paris, and it's kind of like night at a museum because like at night the art in an art museum comes to life. But it's more, honestly, I would say it's a bit more philosophical than Night at the Museum, but it's kind of the same dealio. And it's just, yeah, a lovely story. I highly recommend it, and I feel like it could just be the most beautiful movie. I feel like it could also be quite fun to like see this on like cinema, but I suppose maybe probably like if it happened, it probably would go might straight to streaming somewhere. But yeah, it would just be a lovely movie. Of course, as always, if done right. What's the thing is with this one, if they did it just like half right, it would still be very cool. But yeah, I mean, most movie books you have to follow the books completely to, I mean, do it justice. Then we have Something Close to Magic by Emma Mills. This is cozy fantasy. It's, I mean, there is like danger and plot, but it's not like a big huge danger. And I suppose in a way, cozy fantasy works very well in book form, but like how would you do it in movie form? But I suppose you could. I mean, it's not like all movies have like a big plot. You do have some meandering movies as well, like Wes Anderson. they're kind of meandering. Yeah, Wes Anderson making this would be kind of fun. I feel like you could have, yeah, it's kind of the same, that kind of vibe in a way. It would be fun. Or I suppose maybe have I'm blacking out. Maybe have that have that director who did Barbie last year, Greta Gerwig, because this is very female focused, and I feel like yeah, her doing this one would be quite fun also. Sorry. And then we have Half a Soul, Olivia Atwater. I mean, yeah, I talked about this one before in other videos, and people have talked about it for other people as well. It's Regency England, but with Fae and sorcerers. He said it has autism representation, and yeah, all the good representation really, and yeah, definitely deserves to be adapted. I mean, you don't really need anything more than just seeing this cover because everyone's already read it or heard about it, and yeah, it needs to be adapted. It's practical magic in book form, kind of, and yeah, it needs to happen. I don't. It hasn't yet. Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking. I mean, just that title says it all, really. It's cozy. I would say this is not completely cozy as the other book because this one has a big, like, scary villain, I would say, but it still has some cozy aspects to it. And yeah, I love it so much. Sorry. Then we have Soul of Stars, which is a Anastasia Romanoff retelling set in space. And honestly, yeah, just so cool story. I feel like also this would also like a lot of these are just like books, but like this kind of gives the Comic Con vibe because it's genre in that way. A lot of these are fancy. But yeah, this yeah. If we saw a Comic Con panel with like this in a few years, I would be so happy. Yeah, you know. Then we have Graceling by Kirsten Kashor. Uh, so I've loved this for half my life now, but it's just an amazing series and world. It's YA. Honestly, it's YA fantasy classic. It's just very good, and this kind of it kind of gives in a way Willow vibes. Like it could like the people who made a Willow TV series could make this. I feel like it kind of in a way is the same vibes ish, and yeah, I would just love. I mean, this needs to be adapted. Really. They all do, but this especially. And then we have Anna Maria and the Fox, which is again historical romance. This is set in the UK, but it is with a Latin American lead or leading lady, and I just love that. You also get some Mexican history in the book, and that's also quite fun. There's a bit of mystery in the book, so it's not just romance. And yeah, I love it so much. The Cursed Rose, or this trilogy by Leslie Weather, which is The Bone Spindle and Third Thread and The Cursed Rose. It's Indiana Jones meets fairytale retellings or fairytale remixes. Sorry. And yeah, it's hands down an amazing, top notch, amazing read. It's perfect um, story, and it needs to be adapted. People, Hollywood, listen to me. Why have you not picked up this book? Why? 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 Weird, weird Hollywood. And then last we have Role Playing by Kathy Dialli, also a new recent favorite. And this is a romance where the characters are in their 40s and 50s, so it's kind of fun with like characters. I mean, people in all ages can find love, exemplified here. And there's also some I mean, all the nerds, they're both gamers and also both introverts. And yeah, this is just an amazing, amazing book. Needs to be adapted. And it's also like, there's no reason not to adapt it, really. No reason not to. Give me a little moment. And then we have the Dream Comic Con panels. So yeah, you might think like, what are you gonna mention now? Yeah, you might have guessed this. Well, it's been a little while since I talked about this one on BookTube, has it? Yeah, but yeah, honestly, a Gilmore Girls panel would just be so cool. I still rewatch Gilmore Girls every now and then. I find new Gilmore Girls podcasts. I listen to recently started to listen to the Gilmore to Say podcast, which I very much enjoy. I still, if I'm having a very bad day, Scottish, if I'm having a very bad day, I'll still put on an episode of Gilmore Guys. Love that one so much. And also just Gilmore Girls in general, it's just amazing. Like all the episodes of it, I love it so much. I even very much, well, very much. I even enjoy season 7. I don't talk about Netflix episodes because they were trash. But yeah, and honestly, like I feel like you could do two things. You could either do a Gilmore Girls panel where you get some of the cast together and you have them talk about Gilmore and whatnot. Maybe you have lots of people from the audience asking the questions. Or you could honestly also feel like it could be fun to like do like a Gilmore Girls fan panel. So you could do like you could do you could do the Gilmore guys coming together. You could have Gilmore to say like you could have lots of different Gilmore Girls podcast people talking together and talking about the Gilmore Girls. I mean, there's so much to talk about really. So yeah, I feel like it's a easy like lots of things you could do with it. Lots of things and yeah. Then I would say Pushing Daisies, which is just an amazing, amazing TV series. If I haven't seen it, check it out. It came out now 15 years ago. Yeah, 2009. Time flies. And it's about Ned who he can touch people and they come back to life for 1 minute. If they stay alive through that 1 minute, someone else close dies. But yeah, of course, of this he becomes a private detective, but he also makes spies. And it's just very cozy and all the nice vibes. And yeah, I love it so much. And yeah, having a reunion panel with that cast would be very fun because they do talk about it sometimes in interviews. But yeah, having a panel with them again would be very fun, I would say, to yeah, revisit really. It could be so fun. And then we have The Road to El Dorado, which is my favorite movie of all time. I love it so much. And yeah, let me have Elton John be there because he made an amazing soundtrack. Have I'm just plugging out. Have Kevin Kline, who's the actor in it. Kevin Kline, and then that other actor. I'm blacking out. He's famous. He's Kevin Kline and Kevin Kline. This annoys me. I'm gonna check it out. This annoys me. Who? Let's say here. It doesn't say here. That's annoying. Who is the other actor again? Who is the other actor? Why doesn't it say? So annoying. Okay, but anyway, it's this movie. So that is Kevin Kline, and that one other one is Kenneth Branagh. It's Kenneth Branagh. That's who does Julia's voice. And yeah, just having the cast together, having Hans Zimmer do also being there, like talking about the score because the score is amazing. Yeah, I think it'd just be so fun to see a reunion of this. Honestly, I feel like a lot of movies, like a lot of like lots of cult movies and whatnot, got like some kind of reunion or like interview or whatnot during the pandemic because people decided to come together and like do live streams and then have people donate to stuff and whatever. But and like this has been used lots of in memes now, like the both meme from this movie. But it's never been talked about like anything more. And I feel like, I mean, yes, honestly, I would love a sequel to this. But if they didn't, having them do a panel together would just be so fun, so fun. So yeah, that's my dream really. And then also, honestly, I feel like if we did a panel with the Spawn Princess, which is also one of my favorite movies, one of my childhood favorite movies, but it's still one of movies I watch now and then. I mean, the cast isn't like, but the story is amazing. The songs are amazing, and yeah, I feel like having a panel about Swan Princess would be so fun. Showing my nostalgia here because a lot of these are my older favorites. Well, yeah. Um, and yeah, of course, Veronica Mars. Having a Veronica Mars panel would be so cool. I mean, you had the 3 seasons. You had one movie and one series we don't talk about, and some books. So you have, I mean, you have quite a lot there, really. But I feel like, yeah, having them come together again, talk about whatever, like talk about the series would just be so fun. And yeah, I suppose maybe Rob Thomas would be in danger of being a victim of like tomato throwing because of how the last season ended. But still, I feel like it would just be very fun. That really, yeah. And then with the con movies, like, what did you mean when you talk about that? Well, one, some people talk about like on the internet about how they would like a movie where Daniel Radcliffe and Elijah Wood, yeah, plays together, and like maybe they plays together, both play. Maybe they play, maybe they play siblings or whatnot, and then maybe they do like, yeah, I suppose maybe they do like something fandom based, like around those two together, because they're part of big fandoms, both of them. And I feel like that would be quite fun. Maybe they did like a thing where people like they were taken from each other all the time because they do get confused from each other often. I feel like that could be quite fun. Oh, also yeah, I kind of I didn't remember this, but yeah, now I remembered. Quite often in Marvel, when Marvel has to interviews, they kind of ask about something like I can't say, and then lately I said like I can't say because it's snipers. Marvel has snipers. Like you can't say anything that's not like except watch the movie. It's a great movie. So I kind of feel like it's kind of fun if Marvel did like a one shot where Mark Ruffalo, and Tom Holland did like an interview, and then you could see like and they were about to say something, or maybe they said something, and then you can see a zoom out, and you can see a sniper. It would be someone with that water gun, so it wouldn't like, of course, it wouldn't kill them. Like it would just be a big water gun shot thrown at them. I feel like that would be kind of fun. I don't know what else there would be than that. So it would be like a short thingy. But I feel like that could be quite fun thing to like see. Maybe I suppose maybe you could do something like that easily like this Comic Con. Like you could have some people be there and some people having a water gun like don't say anything more. That would be quite a fun really feeling thing really. Um Yeah, and then of course you also have like the old thing where Daniel Radcliffe looks like every old picture out there. So like having Daniel Radcliffe being a time travel movie would kind of be fun. So you could play fun at like those pictures, maybe use those pictures. I think like that could be yeah kind of fun. I mean I know it kind of looks like he kind of is more gauged towards theatre and whatnot. So that might not happen. Well, all of these are likely to happen. I suppose who knows what's likely. But it's this is just me daydreaming, really. Me daydreaming deluxe. And yeah. And that, my dear friend, is the end to my daydreaming for today. If you agree with any of those comments or thoughts, if you have things that you wish would happen for Comic Con, if you have adaptations you want to happen, please talk to me in the comments. And I'll see you soon. Bye.